Hi, this is the video for our Grammar 1 class today. We're going to talk about articles. Articles in English are basically adjectives. They modify nouns. Just like if I said I had a cat, cat is a noun. If I have a fluffy cat, fluffy tells me more about cat. Fluffy's an adjective. Well, articles are also adjectives. Um, but we think of them as a separate part of speech, even though they are a kind of adjective. So let's think. It's easy to remember all the articles in English because there are only two. We have the, which we call the definite article because it refers to a definite, specific noun. So if I say, let's read the book, I mean that specific book, right? But a or an, we'll talk a little bit about when you use one and when you use the other in a minute. We call this the indefinite article because it refers to not to a definite noun, but to a non-specific or general noun. If I say, let's read a book, I don't mean that particular book, I mean any book, right? So let's read a book. Now, when do we know when we use a and when we use an? We use a if the next sound after it is a consonant sound. So I say a cat. Cat is a consonant and sounds like a consonant, so I say a cat. But I say an apple because apple is a vowel, A, E, I, O, or U. Sounds like a vowel, so we use an. Okay, so whether we use a or an depends on the sound of the next sound in the sentence, the first sound of the next word. Okay, so there are some things on your handout that I want to draw your attention to. Skipping down to about halfway down the page, says the definite article, the. So the definite article, the, is used before singular and plural nouns when we mean a specific or particular noun, So the dog that bit me ran away. That specific dog, the one that bit me, it ran away, right? So I use the dog because it's a specific, particular dog that bit me and ran away. But if I say a dog bit me and ran away, that would mean not that specific dog, but some dog. Some non-specific dog bit me and ran away. So a dog bit me and ran away. If I say, I was happy to see the policeman who saved my cat. So that particular policeman, the one that saved my cat. So I say the policeman because I'm talking about a specific policeman. If I say, I was happy to see a policeman at the scene, right? So I don't mean a specific policeman, I mean any policeman. I was happy to see any policeman at the scene. I was happy to see a policeman at the scene. So then under that it says the indefinite article, a or an, is a signal that the noun that's coming is indefinite, not specific. It could be referring to anything, any member of a group. My daughter really wants a dog for Christmas. Not a specific dog that we found, but any dog, right? Somebody call a policeman. I don't mean call a specific policeman, just call any policeman. Okay? Anyone that is available. So that's all pretty simple, right? But now we get a little bit into the weeds. So let's think about the next thing on the worksheet. Using a or an depends on the sound of the next word, not the letter, the sound of the next word. So if I say, for example, a boy. Boy is a consonant, so I use a in front of it, and the sound of it is a consonant sound. Or if I say a car, C is a consonant. and it has a consonant sound, right? So we use a. But we also use a in front of a singular noun that begins with a consonant sound, even though the letter might be a vowel. So if I say a user of the program, that's a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, right? But listen to the sound of it. It sounds like a consonant. Yeah, user. It sounds like I'm saying, like user. So because this is a consonant sound, even though the letter itself is a vowel, we use a in front of it. We only use an if the sound is a vowel sound. All right? So, let's see. We also, so if I say a user, right? A university. Not an university, a university, because this sounds like you, like that, right? Or if I say a unicycle, same thing. We use an, however, if the next sound is a consonant sound, even though it might be, let's see, with a, I'm sorry, we use an if we're starting the word with a silent H, for example. Because if I say an hour, I don't, H makes the sound, I don't say an hour. If I did say a hour, it would be a hour from now. But we don't pronounce that, do we? And the sound that comes next is a vowel sound. Ah, hour, ow, ow, hour, right? Sounds like an O. So we have to say an hour. But if we say a horse, horse. So we say the consonant sound. So because that sound is a consonant sound, we go ahead and use the A, which we would expect to use in front of a consonant, right? We expect to use an in front of a vowel. So all this just to remind us that whether we use a or an doesn't depend upon what the next letter is. It depends upon what the sound, the next sound of the next letter is. Okay? This also applies when we're using acronyms. So if I say, I'm going to an AA meeting, an AA, right? This sound, that's a vowel sound. So, of course, we use an. But look at, I would also say an, S-U-V. Even though this is a consonant, the sound it makes is like this, S-U-V. So I say an SUV. I don't say a SUV. I say an SUV. Because the sound of that consonant is a vowel sound, eh. All right? All right. Next page. Now, if there's an adjective modifying the noun, so we have an article, and then we have an adjective, and then we have a noun. Whether we use a or an depends upon the first sound in the adjective, not in the noun. So I say a broken egg, even though this is a, that a refers to the egg, and that's a vowel, so we would expect to use an, but B is the next sound after the article. So we're going to use A because B is a consonant. Or if I say an unusual problem, an unusual. Even though this is a consonant, right? This an, we use an because the adjective following it starts with a vowel sound, not the noun that it's modifying. Okay? All right, we're going to stop here and pick it up on the next video.